Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 2, Sloka 15. Yam hina vyathayantyete puruṣam puruṣa-ṛṣabha sama-duḥkha-sukhaṁ dhīraṁ mṛtatvāya kalpate. In the previous sloka, where Krishna told Arjuna to tolerate. Now the question is, why do we have to tolerate? And what's the necessity to do so? Why can't we just go with the flow of our emotions? Well, in this world, for any higher cause or purpose that we want to attain, initially one must go through a period of tolerance. For example, a man who wants to be wealthy has to go through a lot of trouble. He has to go through tolerance of certain things in his initial period of life, so he can be happy for rest of the life by having what he wants, the wealth. And here in the sloka is a continuation of the previous sloka where Krishna said, Matras parasrastu konteya. There are 5 elements called tanmatra: sound, touch, form, taste and smell. Byproduct of these are the sky, air, fire, water and the earth. And these are called panchabhutas. And there are 5 knowledge acquiring elements called panchendriyas, such as ears, eyes, nose, hands and tongue. So the pleasure that we get are through these channels. Therefore, one has to try to control these senses which are cause of our trouble. So Arjuna's question is, when can these troubles be stopped? The trouble caused by these senses. The answer is, when you understand there is an higher purpose. When you understand there is an higher purpose, and to attain that higher purpose, you just have to tolerate the pains and pleasures that you go through now. The question here is, what is that higher purpose? The answer is getting liberated. mṛtatvāya kalpate. One get liberated. When can one get liberated? When one does not have any more karmas. So Arjuna decides, let me go to the forest. Then, because if I stay here, there will be karma. I will accumulate karma. If I go to the forest, then I don't have to accumulate any karma. I don't want to do any karmas, activities. That is how Arjuna has understood. But that's not what Krishna is trying to say here. Krishna responds, if you go to the forest by not doing your karma, your duty, you will be accumulating more karma because you are running away from your responsibilities and duties. So the question Arjuna asks is, what is my duty? Your duty is to fight, Arjuna. You are a Kshatriya. That is your duty. But when you are doing your duty, have this clear understanding that your Atma you're eternal. The body is temporary and it's a matter. So the happiness and the pain, the pleasure are only to do with the body, because those are all coming through the senses, and these senses are also matter. Therefore, our body is temporary. The pleasures and pains are also temporary. One has to learn to tolerate these things. Try to treat them equally. Not to become sad when painful thing happens, or not to become joyful when the pleasurable thing happens. Why? Because both are temporary. Therefore, no importance has to be given to either one. Therefore, one should understand and not get disturbed by these pains and pleasure. The person who is not disturbed by these things, dualities, are called as dhīras. When even there are possible reasons for one to be disturbed, still he maintains the stability of not being disturbed by those events and reasons, because he knows that nothing can disturb the Atma. Nothing can touch the Atma. Everything is happening because of the connection between the Atma and the body. Everything, whether it is sukham or dukkham, it is created due to this combination through the body. Dukkham, sadness, is where people in general don't want things to happen in their life. That's not expected. And that causes a fear. Dukkham, eventually. And sukham is where people want to get rid of unwanted suffering and get something good for them. The dhīra understands there is nothing to be expected or unexpected, because those are all only related to the body, not to the Atma. Yam hi na vyathayantyete puruṣam puruṣa-ṛṣabha sama-duḥkha-sukhaṁ dhīram mṛtatvāya kalpate. Thank you. Hare Krishna.